Hey guys, it's your girl AFM Stories and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you all know, on this channel I create content around winning the Chevening scholarship as well as other amazing scholarship. I'm currently a Chevening scholar studying in the UK for my master's degree, and I'm passionate about making success stories out of other scholars. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you can plan your 4 essays to ensure that your Chevening application is deemed outstanding. The only way you're going to get selected for Chevening is if your essays are deemed outstanding, and today I'm going to guide you through doing that. Now, before I move forward in this video, please hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on over 30 amazing videos on the Chevening scholarship. I have videos on the essays, on the interviews, on the judging criteria, and even an interview with the Chevening program officer. So please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of those videos, and after this video go binge watch them because you're gonna get value. Over 15 scholars got selected for the scholarship from just watching those videos. So what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, go binge watch. Now onto today's video. So how can you plan your 4 essays to ensure that your application is deemed outstanding? So the first thing I'm going to say is, we are all different people. We all have multiple passions. Some people are lucky enough to have one passion. Some people have a passion, but their experience and their track record is in another thing. Some people's passion might not even be their career path. Some people's passion might not be what will take them to the UK. So I want you to think about your passion, yes, but most importantly, what version of you has the best shot at getting selected for Chevening? Now, I know that you might be wondering, what do I mean by what version of you and all of that. But the thing is, for your Chevening application to be deemed outstanding, especially your essays, there needs to be a consistency in the theme that you're trying to put forward. So one way that people tend to turn off the examiners or the people that read the essays is when they have so many diverse examples across diverse projects and industries, and you cannot clearly see what the person is passionate about. Even by the time they get to the career plan, they don't even see it coming, and that's one of the ways you can kick yourself off. So in planning your 4 essays, what I need you to do is think, what am I trying to project to Chevening? For me, I had multiple things I could project. I could have projected myself as a creative writer because I had a writing organization, I had writing experience. I could have projected myself as an entrepreneur because I had a writing organization as well, but I've been building a business. Or I could have projected myself as a media communications professional because I had been a communications professional for my organization and diverse organizations. But I have to think about it, which of these 3 versions will give me the best shot at getting selected for Chevening. And I realized, okay, creative writing, do I have a track record in creative writing as a writer myself? Yeah, a few, one or two things, but do I have recognitions? Do I have achievements? Do I have detailed examples that I can talk about related to writing in my leadership, networking, career plan that are detailed enough to be convincing? No. I looked at media and communication. Have I been recognized as a media and communications professional? Have I done projects that have impacted lives as a media and communication professional? No. I looked at myself as an entrepreneur. I've run an organization for over 5 years. This organization has touched over 21,000 writers online and over 1,000 writers physically. That looks like my strongest shot. Now, obviously, your organization or your project doesn't have to have reached that number of people. I know people that have reached out, gotten the Chevening scholarship with less. My point is, pick the career path or pick the passion that you have the best track record and the best shot at getting Chevening. A lot of courses combine all of these elements, and I'll talk about that as we move forward. But you want to pick the career path or the theme that best projects you, because there's no point just going into the essays and writing examples. If you just go into the essay and by just writing different examples, you're going to turn them off. But if you go into the essay with a strategy in mind, and that strategy is, what am I projecting to them? So when you identify that, okay, if you're like me as an entrepreneur, most of your experience is in entrepreneurship, you can sell yourself as an entrepreneur, you have a track record of being an entrepreneur touching lives, And you can think about, okay, my networking experience, have I networked with people to build my business or build entrepreneurship or build my organization? So maybe your track record is being an HR for an organization. So have you been in that space for a long time? Have you created good representation for people? Have you done a lot in that space? Have you influenced people through your position as an HR? Have you created projects in your organization as an HR? Have you networked with people to make your work better as an HR? Do you understand? Do you have strong career plan ideas for your work as an HR? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, because one thing you don't want to do is in leadership. We're talking about how maybe you've done work for people in education. You have, like, maybe one example, I've done stuff for people in education. Another example, I've helped people with agriculture. Another example, I've helped people with writing and HR. And then you now go to networking. Or I went for this event and it helped me to meet the minister of this country and it has helped me to be a better governor. No, don't do that. You want them to see a consistency across all your essays. I would even say start with your passion. Let them know from the get-go. As a leader, I am passionate about being an HR that maybe has diversity for people. Obviously, there are many professions, but I'm just using HR as an example. Or as an entrepreneur, I'm passionate about building a business that employs people. Let them know from the beginning who exactly you are. So when you're thinking, planning your essays, think, okay, if my theme is entrepreneurship, I need to focus my leadership examples on how I've been a good entrepreneur in terms of leadership, in terms of influencing people to support me in my organization or whatever. If I am talking about how I'm passionate about education, and let's say I'm working in an organization that deals with education, while in that organization, what examples do I have? Or in other organizations, what volunteering examples do I have that is related to education? Do you know what I'm saying? Because one way to make yourself seem outstanding is they need to know that everything you're saying you want to do, you've been doing it before and you want to continue to do it. So you're consistent. You're not someone that will wake up tomorrow and say, I want to do another thing. The difference, what will make you stand out as a different person, is how consistent you are in what you say you are and what you're passionate about. So when planning your essays, okay, in leadership, think about examples that are related to that theme or can complement that theme. It doesn't have to be exactly in one space. So all your examples don't have to be in your organization. So if you're doing education, one example can be in your organization that maybe is related to education. Another example can be in volunteering that maybe is related to that. Another example can be in another project that you did by yourself that is related to that. But the point is, let every single one of your examples, even in leadership, show that this is what this person is passionate about. And then in your networking as well, focus on examples that have helped you to continue to push that passion that you've made them realize you're passionate about in leadership. In my essays, in my networking, a lot of the projects I mentioned in my leadership, I talk about how I network with people to develop those projects. I talk about how I network with people to be able to do my work better. I still continued the pathway of who I was as an entrepreneur in my leadership, in my networking. In my career, in your study in the UK as well, if you've been telling them, oh, you're passionate about this thing, you're passionate about this thing, you have to think about a school and a course that follows that light. So the thing is, I would not say, oh, just go and write your essays now. What I would say is, right now, go and list the 4 essays. First thing you need to identify is what is the theme that I'm trying to project at Chevening, and then you get a sheet of paper, you write Chevening leadership, Chevening networking, Chevening study in the UK, Chevening career plan, and you list out examples or scribble ideas of examples that relate to this theme on the 4 essays. If your 4 essays, by the time you read everything, the examples, the ideas, if they don't come together to project you as somebody that is passionate about a particular thing, like the person that is reading cannot say, okay, this is what this person wants to do. I am convinced that this is the one thing, or the one thing and the related thing to that one thing that this person wants to do, then I doubt the possibility of your application seeming outstanding. So many people make the mistake of just thinking about the essays as they are individual things, but you have to think about them like they are related things. They are all pieces of the puzzle that is you. So in your study in the UK, think about that work you've been saying you've been doing in leadership and networking. You need to even start up the essays still enforcing that work you're passionate about, and then pick schools that, you know, and courses specifically, because if your course is not even related to all the work you've been doing in the past, then So basically, pick schools that are related to that course, pick courses that are related to that thing you're passionate about, and continue to relate your choices and your reasons to that course. So go and list out the schools and brainstorm, okay, how is this course related to this theme I'm mentioning? How is this module related to this theme I'm mentioning? What benefits can I get from these particular schools that can continue to help me to develop this theme? They need to see that. And in your career plan as well, you know, what is that thing you've been talking about? The work you want to do should be a continuation of that passion you've been talking about. Now, I'm not saying that because I know that there are some people that maybe they're working in a bank, but their real passion is, let's say, in agriculture. But the truth is, yes, maybe your work experience officially, like a paid job, is in a bank, but to really show that you're passionate about this, have you been volunteering in that aspect? In this case, you have to focus on your non-9 to 5 work. So what have you been doing aside from your 9 to 5? I know people in my cohorts that they were working an official job, but they were volunteering with an organization on the part-time. They had their own organization on the part-time. I was also doing a 9 to 5 in addition to my entrepreneurship, at least in some of the years, and I still put it in the Chevening application that I was doing a 9 to 5. But when I was talking about my examples, I did not talk about the 9 to 5. I focused everything on my entrepreneurship, and that's what I'm trying to let you know, that I even had volunteering experience. I had volunteered as a teacher for underprivileged students. I'm very passionate about all of those things, but there was no need to add it to my application that I'm trying to project entrepreneurship. It was pointless. So there are many examples that do not necessarily need to be there. You need to focus on the things that come together to project that theme that you're trying to sell. If you can do this, then I promise you, you are greatly increasing your chances of having an outstanding application. Now, to wrap up, plan your essays, have a sheet of paper, you can even write out all the examples you have in this life. Sometimes, even when you're writing your examples, that you will really know which one has the best shot. And the truth is, if you see that, okay, what you're truly passionate about, you don't have the exact experience, you can apply anyway, because I've seen situations of people being lucky, but it's not as common as, because one thing I've seen is everybody I've interacted with that have been selected in my cohorts, and even people that have been selected in the new cohorts, at least a large amount of them have this consistency across board. So I know some exceptions that have multiple examples, but the thing is, there's no way you can project your example. So there was someone that was working as an HR in an organization, and this person, I talk about how he's passionate about HR and all of that and all the work he had been doing, but then he had done some other projects. So in terms of volunteering, so maybe he had organized some organizations. He also related his HR skills. I'm sure he did a lot more in that organization, but he focused on his HR skills in that volunteering experience. So even if there are some examples that are not technically exactly related, but it's how you tell the story, how you project them, is very important. You can even say, oh, in your 9 to 5, you were there to develop your skills in that particular thing you're interested in. So if I wanted to even talk about my 9 to 5, I could say that I worked in a similar organization to the organization I'm running to get entrepreneurship skills, and I had impact and I learned from that. But the point is, when planning your essays, you need to make sure every single thing relates to a particular theme. At the end of your application, I must say, okay, this person wants to change the agriculture space. This person wants to make more women present in tech. This person wants to do better media and communications. Just what I'm saying, they need to be able to say this is what this person is doing by the time they are done reading your essays. So I hope this was very useful. I have other videos dedicated to the different Chevening essays, leadership, networking, career plan, judging criteria, different things. So go check out my channel, go binge watch them. And if you want a one-to-one session, let's say you watch all these videos, you still could feel confused and you want a personalized advice from me to you, I offer scholarship strategy sessions, essay brainstorming. So we're going to be talking about examples that you can give in all of your scholarship applications beyond Chevening, essay review services as well, personal statement writing. Basically, if you want any of my services, you feel like, okay, beyond these videos, you want me to help you directly, then check the link in the description box below, and I look forward to working with you. PS, you will get a scholarship. You're putting in the work, you're watching these videos, you're putting the effort. Trust me, a scholarship is around the corner. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment on this video, and subscribe if you haven't. Share this video to as many people that you know that need this. Thank you guys for the support. Bye.